ॐ ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कथा मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलान् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाख अन्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। श्रीराम राम रघुनन्दन राम राम श्रीराम राम भरताग्रज राम राम श्रीराम राम रणकर्कश राम राम श्रीराम राम शरणं भव राम राम। श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ मनसा स्मरामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ वचसा गृणामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ चरणौ शिरसा नमामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। Hare Krishna to everyone. I welcome you to our day 3 session of Srimad Ramayana Kathamrtam. In that we are coming to a very nice point of the entire Ramayana, which is wonderfully written by Valmiki Mahamuni, and this is Aranya Kanda. If you find, it's very interesting to see that Lord hmm, Ram, yeah, has appeared. Hmm. When we refer to the Balakanda, there we see that Lord Ram has appeared uh, of the pleas that Devatas have made. Hmm. And today we discuss a little more what really pushed them, the Devatas, Indra, everyone, they went to Lord Vishnu and they said what difficulties they are facing, and they requested the Lord for protection, and the Lord, with Abhaya Hasta, granted that He gives protection to His devotees. In Balakanda, we the subject matter was very sweet. It was all about the glories of Dasharath Maharaj. It was glories of Ayodhya. It was about how the people were very happy. Then it went how the sages can solve all kinds of problems. Where when we refer to the Rishi Shringa, Rishi, he came and then he performed the Putra Kameshti, so that the appearance of the Lord along with Bharat, Lakshman, and Shatrugna is discussed, and how Lord went with Vishwamitra Muni. He killed the demons who were creating trouble in Siddhashram, and then very sweetly ended where um, upon the wedding of the princess they came and it was very happy. So that section is very sweet. Mm. The next which was Ayodhya Kand. As I was mentioning yesterday, it has over 120, 119 sargas, second biggest section of Ramayana. In that, half of it was talking about the happenings in Ayodhya, uh, the happenings, the plans. Um, Dashrath wanted to secure Ayodhya. Dashrath wanted that Ram takes over after his retirement. He had his plans, he had his worries, he had arranged, uh, agreed, got agreement from everyone so that he can install Ram as the king, as the prince regent, so that um, yeah, that was his desire in Ayodhya. Ayodhya means the place where there is no enemies. There are no internal enemies. There are no external enemies. But there was Ayodhya in the material world, the Ayodhya in spiritual world, Ayodhya Dham, which is in spiritual world, in one of the Vaikuntha planets, where the Lord is served by his servants, everything, uh, whoever is aspiring devotee of Lord Ramachandra, they uh, pray that they can serve the Lord. They end up in the Ayodhya Dham, in the spiritual world. In the material world, there are so many leelas to happen, and then yesterday we discussed in the Ayodhya Kand, there is this the most important crucial point when everyone was celebrating the commemoration of the coronation of Lord Ram. There was one person who was not at all happy. And in the Aranya Kand, we will see another person who also plays a crucial role so that the story moves forward, and the desire, the plans of Lord Ram can unfold, and the leelas can be seen, and the lessons can be picked. And in that way, in the Ayodhya Kand, there is this one person was enough to build enemies. Mm. Within the forts of Ayodhya, uh, there was this Manthara who transformed the mind, who made Kaikeyi weak, made her illusioned, and carried away, not judging what is right, what is wrong, and only interest was selfish interest that appeared to Kaikeyi, and she was ready to do anything and everything, whatever Manthara said. And Kaikeyi asked two boons. These are nice. After all, she has earned the um, heart of a husband. Out of gratitude, Dashrath Maharaj has granted these two boons. But was it right time to ask those? Was it the right thing to ask? Yeah, we can see that as a plan to unfold. This has happened that she asked that Ram goes to the forest, and Bharat becomes the king. And this has in a way um, pained King Dashrath so much that he couldn't speak, he couldn't ask his uh, life heir, who is Ram. How can he say you leave? Hmm? None of us want that. Okay, we want to live. We can't say that, oh, life air, leave. I don't want you. I don't like you. Or I am supposed to say that. No, Dashrath Maharaj collapsed. He felt unconscious. He wanted the sun not to rise, and that this news has to be spoken that the Ram will not be installed. But in spite of all these reversals that happened, Ram was always stable. Yeah. Yesterday we were discussing how to deal such kind of reversals in life is to be very flexible. Hmm. We may have our plans, but do we know are these right plans? How confident are we? No. And flexibility is very key so that we can embrace what is coming in our life and to make best out of what comes. We cannot expect the way the world should be like how I want. Uh, the world will be perfect for us so that we can always advance. So the spirit was there, and Ram was very grateful to Kaikeyi, who actually had all these plans that may Ram go to the forest. Ram was very happy that he could, in this way, um, meet sages in Dandakaranya. So, from the capital of Koshala, Ayodhya, he moved, which was not so easy. It was very painful. And then, as Ram entered into the forest, yeah, in the as part of the Ayodhya Kand, is that they come to Chitrakoot, and from Chitrakoot, where they meet um, Atri and Anasuya. Anasuya blesses with gifts to Sita, and also Agastya Muni instructs um, who Ram. Yeah, actually, Agastya Muni not only instructs, sorry, no, not Agastya Muni, sorry, Atri, Atri Maharshi. So he instructs Ram that Sita has come to the forest with you with all hardships. So make sure that she is always happy. Saying so, they left, and there ends this Ayodhya Kanda and begins a very wonderful, though not as huge, big as Ayodhya Kand is the Aranya Kand. Yeah, and I request a kind of take permission from you all that being a holiday, let's see if we can spend a little more time, though it is small section of Ramayana, but it has so much to offer, and let's benefit from this opportunity, what to take and benefit, especially tuning for our um, prayer sessions that we will do on the auspicious appearance of Ram Navami. So, to know the glories of the Lord is very, very uh, blissful and full of blessings. So it starts Aranya Kand, as I was mentioning, when Balakand is all about sweetness, and Ayodhya Kand, we see there is a mixture of, yeah, the inner enemies dominated, and the outcome was that Lord Ram left to the forest. Why to the forest? Was it that okay? Is it an Amazon forest where there is a lot of vegetation, eco-friendly environment? What do you call? So nice. Uh, that is the reason why Ram said, "Oh, what a nice plan you have for us. Let's go to the forest." No, Lord has a plan. Lord has a plan mainly because, uh, unlike now. Nowadays, yeah, we don't know are there forests existing. In those days, forests are the treasures of uh, where the sages used to live. There were so many ashramas, so many ashrams, hermitages were there, where so many rishis were performing years together, tapasya, austerities, penances, accruing so much of piety, so much of power, potency, advancement, realization. So, uh, from a busy land of Ayodhya, where celebrities are common, and where it's filled with people, mm, going to the forest. Forest is a place where uh, people go to find themselves alone, to secluded places so that they can meditate, they can do tapasya, they can have self-realization, and yeah, attain success. After all, this body is a means, is not everything. uh, so the sages in the forest, they were not caring whether they are in this what is called palaces made of gold or jewels, gems. No, they are very happy to be in the womb of Mother Nature, and with simple living, uh, they always had a high thinking. What is that? To attain success, to use this body to maintain it to the minimum extent and to attain ultimate success. And yeah, definitely. Lord Ram, though he is God himself, he wanted to show us that we should always try opportunities as and when they come, or even find out ourselves so that we can have association of the sadhus. saintly people, swamis, sannyasis, senior devotees, so that that will detox us from the attachment that we have built with the material world. And that's the reason, yeah. So Lord Ram, he has planned, and then he came to Chitrakoot, and then it went so further. He, yeah, um, the Aranya Kand is going to tell us about um, Dandakaranya. We know this Dandakaranya forest. Yeah, is there is a story about itself. I'll not go into the detail, but this Dandakaranya is flourishing with lot of forestation, but because mm, because that there was a curse that Danda, who is the son of Ikshvaku, he was not good, well behaved, good character. So what happened is he was banished, and then he came to this area, this forest, and he built his own kingdom with the contact with Rakshasas. So, and he made this whole place, this whole forest, which was filled with sages, because of Rakshasas invasion, what they did is they used to always trouble the sages. They used to always harm the sages, and sages used to, yeah, not leave the place, but try to always protect to whatever extent they can. And yeah, so this means Lord Ram's appearance. In fact, scriptures say that um, there are so many Rakshasas that are there, yeah, which means the place where sages are performing, there are always people who can disturb. It is not only in the city life, it could also be that in one goes to a most secluded place and he is performing his, uh, there is still always a chance that he can be mistreated. But by people, they think, hey, what you're doing is nonsense, and in that way, mm, so um, the Rakshasas are everywhere. Mm. It's not like, okay, once we go to the forest, then, oh, life is so happy, so harmonious. I'm very close to nature. Yeah, what are we going to do there is very important. When Ram, Sita, and Lakshman, they entered this forest, then they were going, they were uh, amused to see how nice is the nature and everything. And when they were walking, all of a sudden, what happened is that uh, there was a demon which tightly held Sita's waist and lifted up and wanted to take away Sita. When suddenly felt she was caught from behind, and she started screaming loudly, so loudly that um, Ram and Lakshman, yeah, in the morning, they woke up and saw where is Sita. Actually, Sita went to gather some flowers so that she can make a nice garland and offer it to her husband. Uh, but she didn't expect that, yeah, forest is not free from dangers. We know animals are dangerous. They are wild animals, and dangerous than wild animals are these wild Rakshasas, demons. So there was a huge demon which held Sita, and the more she was screaming, Ram and Lakshman, they came to the place. They saw, and that Sita is captured in the hands of this demon called Virada. This demon, uh, um, uh, so that was unbearable for Ram. For Ram, he was happily moving out of the kingdom, or even whatever the chances of becoming king, even those chances got dropped. But he didn't worry so much. Ram seeing Sita captivated by Virada was so painful. He told to Lakshman that even when Rajya Lakshmi was taken from me, which means even if the kingdom was taken away from me, I have no problem. I didn't even have to think twice. But now this Sita, who is Sita, Bhagya Lakshmi, is saying that if she is taken away, I cannot bear this pain, O Lakshman. And this pain that Ram felt was unbearable for Lakshman, that he felt even more painful. So, and then Sita was screaming, save me, because now this demon, he was walking out. So Sita's face did uh, uh, that face that he can't see, that she's crying helplessly. Then Ram became very angry. Yeah, he took his bow and then he shot arrows, but these arrows just pierced this big Hulk, uh, but had no impact. Nothing happened, and a series of arrows were shot by Ram and Lakshman. Nothing happened, and then this brother turned back. He left Sita on the ground and he started saying, "Hey, who you are? Huh? I thought you are some sadhus, yeah, because you are wearing saffron clothes, but you seem to be some kind of tricksters. You are cheating, huh? Saintly people you are looking like, huh? But actually you seem to have weapons and you are shooting, and I don't like this. I hate hypocrites." This is what a demon is saying. And then, yeah, he told, I am Viradha. Hmm? Um, so I'm not an ordinary person. I am blessed by Lord Brahma. What? I have permanent security that no one can harm me at all. Uh, so I have a strength of 25,000 elephants. And um, so no weapon can harm me. And he said, uh, mm, I demand you that you leave this lady to me, mm, and go away. So saying so, Virada caused more pain. How can he leave his dear wife, which is his life and soul? It's almost if someone has cut off his chest and extracted the heart. It is so excruciatingly painful for Ram to hear these words. So now Ram and Lakshman, they had planned that they all of a sudden saw each other. In a moment they started running towards Virada, and what they did is, while running towards Virada, they pulled out their swords, and jumped on to Virada, and then they chopped both the hands at same time, and the blood was gustling and oozing out of him, and was heavily painful. Um, and whatever, I mean, that Virada could do is, yeah, he doesn't have hands. Uh, and immediately later, they chopped his legs at till the knees, and his body's, yeah, is just a trunk, with a head. And um, so, in that way, he was cut. And then, um, though Virada was going through extreme pain, then um, he when he saw Lord Ram's face, yeah, he all of a sudden changed his expression, and this expression was actually not going through some pain, but he said, uh, we have arrived. Oh, Ram, actually, I was waiting. I had a curse. Of course, we'll not discuss the curse, but Virada was telling that I am having a curse, and due to which I am leading this life. Actually, I am a Gandharva. My name is Tumbur. And I made a mistake in the courtyard of Indra, and then I was no, not Indra. Brahma has cursed me, because I was not doing my duties properly, and said that I will be here, I'll be suffering like this, and but one day Ram will come and then he will relieve me from this. So he said, dig. Mm, Ram already said, "Hey, dig a pit so that before this giant monster will again regain his powers, and yeah, so let's bury him." So, and when he was buried, some special fragrant came, and actually Birada not only said this, that because you have relieved me, I would like to favor you. I know what are you doing, where are you coming, what I am saying, from here if you walk few miles, around 12 miles, then you will reach the ashram of um, who's that? Uh, Sharabhanga Ashram. Yeah, Sharabhanga Ashram. Yeah, and yeah. So when you go there, your questions will be answered, and then um, yeah, saying so, this Gandharva disappeared, mm, went back to his duty in the heavenly world, and Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they were walking along the direction that this Virada or Tumburu has given, and they came to a point where from far they could already see a wonderful, radiant ashram. Yeah, there is an ashram, hermit, and then this was very much radiant. Not only that, Ram also saw that there was a battalion of soldiers, very young, below 20 years, and then they also saw there was a Airavat, white elephant. And then Ram said, this could be that someone has come, demigods have come, and this elephant Airavat shows that Indra would have come here. Hmm. So he said to Sita and Lakshman, yeah, you keep coming, I'll go first. And when Ram alone, yeah, when he entered the ashram, he saw that in fact there was Indra. And Indra was actually talking to Sharabhanga. Yeah. Um, as soon as Ram entered, so Indra left the place, and yeah, he didn't know how to deal, yeah, because he knows who is Ram. Yeah. He couldn't see eye to eye, and Ram also didn't want that his identity is disclosed. So anyway, Indra came out. He left the place. It was only Sharabhanga and Ram, and this moment, Sharabhanga Rishi, he took the opportunity. He seeked the blessings of Ram, and then Ram asked, was he Indra who came? Mm, mm, yeah, he and yeah, um, and then Sharabhanga said yes. Mm. Sharabhanga Rishi also, he said that, I offer all my piety that I have accumulated, whatever the results I got, I offer it to you, Ram. And Ram, he smiled, mm, saying, I am not a Brahman to take donation. If at all I want something, I can claim it. Mm. I am a Kshatriya. I am not a Brahman. I cannot accept the result of your penances. I only request, I have what I want to know kindly, where I can set up my dwelling, a small hut for myself, my wife, and my brother, and my brother, and it will be a favor. So then Sharabang understood that what thoughts he had were not right. The intentions of he was saying that, you know what, yeah. um, I have accumulated so much, yeah. So he was feeling, yeah, when Ram asked, yeah, was he Indra? And yeah, and then Sharabanga Rishi, he was telling, you know what, he came that he wanted to offer heavenly planets for the results that I have attained. You know what? But I'm not interested in all this. I want something which is higher than that, or highest abode of Lord Brahma. This is what he was indirectly hinting to Ram, that this is what his goal or desire is. Uh, he was saying he is ready to give that position which is beyond humans, but I wanted even higher. I'm not interested in this temporary. I want something, a higher place, higher than Brahmalok. I also told him the same thing. Um, um, I want a place where even when the annihilation, destruction happens, that I may stay forever. That's what I wanted. That Indra could not give, and he left. So, so these were the thoughts that Ram could understand. And then he said, after Ram was saying, I am not a Brahman to take whatever you have, penances that you have made, Sharabanga immediately realized that Ram did not need any gifts from him. Mm. He didn't want any gifts. Soon, Lakshman and Sita, they also came, and yeah. Um, Sharabang, yeah, the conversation between Ram and Sharabang was normal, and then next day, sunrise, Sharabang Rishi, he stood up and he said, um, he said, Lord, for many, many years I have done penances, but the last few moments from last night to now is so blessed that uh, in just few hours I've spent with you, I understood the greatness of devotion. Nothing can surpass the power of devotion. The joy of serving you is much higher. The joy of serving you is much higher than any kind of other lifestyles of abstinence, penance, and all these things. I know that you are looking for a abode. Uh, uh, you can get that abode if you go and talk to Sutikshna. There is a Sutikshna Rishi. If you go, he will tell you. Mm. It's very interesting. Here we see that uh, um, uh, first, the sages of Chitrakoot said, "Go here in Dandakaranya, you will meet the sages, and there you can build your dwelling." But here, after coming and meeting, Virada hinted to meet Sharabanga, and Sharabanga is saying Sutikshna, and Sutikshna is going to tell something else, where every sage, yeah, Lord Ram, yeah, is the reservoir of pleasure and also object of worship. So many sages in their lifetimes or many lifetimes have been praying penances and all so that they can have darshan of the Lord, and to fulfill their desire, to fulfill their wish. Ram is moving place to place, to ashram, so that he can bless them. Yeah. Of course, Lord Ram, yeah, in this as a prince, as a king, as an ascetic, he wanted to us to show that we should also aspire to gain knowledge. Mm. But here, Lord Ram himself is not just a sadhaka, he is also sadhya, means attainable. So, all the sages who have been praying, so the Lord is going place to place so that he can give darshan, he can give the blessings and make their life ultimate success. So, here he was advised, now he is the right person to help you with your quest. So, in that saying, so he was uh, uh, after this, um, Sharabanga Rishi, he asked permission if he can leave. Mm. And what? After seeking the permission, he uh, brought out a divine fire from within, and in that fire, he himself, yeah, in that light, he has burned himself and left to higher planets. This is what he did. So, and then um, within moments, everything happened, and then we understand this Shara Bhanga. Bhanga means to uh, destroy, kind of to demolish. Bhanga, and Shara means the body. So Sharabhanga Rishi has left his body because he attained ultimate success. Yeah, he had the darshan of the Lord. He could serve the Lord, and what else one need? Uh, with whatever powers he could use, he could simply engage uh, in this. So anyway, in that way, now Sutikshna, Ram was going to the place where he was yet to find where is Sutikshna, she is, and in this process he came across um, again some forests, some adventures, uh, and then. Um, yeah, he came across not just one sage. In Sudikshna ashram, there are so many sages of different colors, different heights, different level of austerities, different uh, level of success. All, as soon as when they saw Ram entering their ashram, they felt their life is successful. They all were chanting Vedic mantras and engaging in all kinds of services in that way. Um, Ram was seeing the reception of these great sages. He shedded tears hearing their heart-rending cries, what they said, "L- Ram, we are waiting for you. Yeah, we are just waiting for you because in this aranya, uh, Rakshasas are creating all kinds of disturbances. They are disturbing our sadhana. They are, um, and then um, not bearing this pain. Lord Ram said, "My dear saintly devotees, yeah, yeah, why do you worried? Uh, I owe to annihilate the demons from the face of this earth. Uh, a devotee will never perish. Soon here will be peace and tranquility." Saying so, Ram assured that they need not worry. After all, that's why he has come. And then all the sages they glorified Ram, Sajjana Rakshana, Ramji. So he is the one who is protecting Aranya Kani, how he has protected those janas. This is what taken a vow or meaningless. He promises, then he everyone were rest assured. Now everything is there, protection is there, and yeah, they were very happy and relieved. So then, yeah, then goes Ram further goes to the ashram of Agastya. Agastya ashram is because Sutikshna is saying, okay, um, there is a sage waiting for you very eagerly. And the sage is none other than Agastya, the great sage. And finally, um, Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they reached the ashram of Agastya Muni. Agastya Muni was very, very happy and grateful that Ram has come. And after paying obeisances, Agastya Muni has offered him, you know what? Lord Brahma has given me a task. What is that? To make the South India very, very traditional, cultured, and for that efforts, I would need a special language. And so, and then what he did is he created this Tamil language, and he wanted to give this language to him. So what he did is he has offered all these what do you call this palm leaves on which this lipi was written, Tamil lipi. So who is the founder of Tamil language is Agastya Muni, and he has given it to Ram. And this is also very important that when um, we get something, we should understand this is not our own credit. It is because of the grace of the Supreme Lord. So we offer it back to Him as sense of gratitude that I could do it. Uh, so in that way, Agastya Muni um, had, yeah, offered it back, and Agastya Muni said, "I know what you are looking for. I know that you are looking for a place where you can dwell your remaining 1 year." Yeah. So the 12 years are passed, 13th year is also passed. So in this, Agastya Muni, yeah, provided left. He suggested that there is a place called Panchavati, uh, there's 5 banyan trees where you can build your dwelling and can this nice picturic background with nice river. Everything is so nice, perfect place for you. And yeah, uh, Sita also will definitely enjoy this place. And saying so. um Agastya Muni directed them to the place where they could go and stay in that place. So in that way, so from place to place, yeah, he said this is a very nice place. Mm. Just be careful with birds. Just be careful with animals, the places, people. They seem to promise you pleasure, but uh, that could be the source of your misery. Be careful. Uh, and saying so, he wished Ram all fun and action that is awaiting there. And in that way, hmm, Ram, Sita, Lakshman, they took the blessings of Agastya Muni. And Agastya Muni, not only that, he also gave special powers. He gave one arrow and he was explaining, yeah, you take this is the quiver of all arrows. And in that, he picked one particular arrow. He said, if you shoot this arrow, it will penetrate into the chest of the your enemy and goes high into the sky, and it will find a ocean nearby, cleans itself from the blood and comes back. So in that way, he gave some mystical powers, and he gave a kind of a bow embedded with luster of Lord Vishnu and energy of Sudarshan Chakra. So the bow is also very powerful, and he gave two swords. mm, that can be used only with ambidextrous person, means two swords with two hands one could swirl. So in that way, Agastya Muni has blessed him and also told where to go and yeah, settle. Um, so here, so Sita, Lakshman immediately has come to the spot. He built very nice um, Parnashala. Yeah? So he was so happy, yeah, because he could build, but he was also put in a fix where Ram said, "Now, build it as you like." Lakshman was never like interested in this. He always wanted to serve the Lord. Uh, uh, with he, Ram gave him independence to decide how he want to build. Mm. But Lakshman always appreciate that he is always dependent. May Ram guide me what he want, how he want. But anyway, Ram was pleased, and Lakshman has built a very nice quarters and pleased his brother. He said, um, "You have built an ideal place, ideal house. This is the ideal place, ideal house, and ideal brother." And he started appreciating what Lakshman has done. Uh, he was saying that this house is magnificently created by you. uh, you are fully talented, and what I can offer you in return, especially in the forest, nothing but except a tight hug. And that itself was enough. Mm. And then he started showing how Lakshman has built this to Sita. He's saying, he has constructed rooms in perfect to what my heart wants. A perfect servant very well knows what the master wants. So Lakshman very well knew. uh, and yesterday we were discussing one of the reasons of Vishnu incarnation as Lord Ram is that Sita and Ram, yeah, Lakshmi and Vishnu can have a time uh, for themselves. So this is possible. Yeah, the walls and the roofs are made with such material that were cozy, comfortable, in spite of its forest, and he was appreciating the intelligence and sensitivity of Ram. He built everything. There is a kitchen, there is a private room, there is a puja room, and there is no room for himself. Hmm. This house is a feast for eyes to see. And he said to Lakshman that you are a perfect bhavagya. You understand the feelings of mine. You are a kritagna. You know how artistically you to build, and you are also dharmagya. Why? Because you have built everything for your master, and for Sita, nothing you built for your room, because you have took a role as assistant, a servant. So a servant doesn't has anything on his for his own. So appreciating all this, and yeah. Um, so in that way, he appreciated Lakshman's company. It was not that Kaikeyi has asked Lakshman to go. No, it was only Ram to go to the forest. It was Lakshman himself deciding to come, and um, so in that way, he felt very happy. Mm. And then for some time, Lord and his consort had a very nice time, and Lakshman was dutiful. He was going, making sure all the arrangements, whatever food is required, is provided. uh, and 2 years have passed since they have in started living in Panchavati, uh, and in the Hemanta Rutu, uh, as the season change. Uh, they are now counting, yeah, because yeah, in a year they will be back in Ayodhya. Mm. So in that way, every anticipation was going back now, okay, to Ayodhya. Mm. And while this was going on, some thoughts of Bharat came to Ram that disturbed him so much that, oh, my Bharat would be in great difficulty. For last 13 years, Bharat has been following self-abnegation, yeah, not at all thinking anything for himself. He's only focused on me. Since the time he left Chitrakoot, he has never stepped into Ayodhya. All this what Ram knows, yeah, that there is a Nandigram where Bharat started living in a ashram, living as ascetic. Hmm. So, being a king, he could reside in palace, but he chose to take austerities. Uh, so he took padukas, hmm, that he has respectfully seated on the royal throne, and in that way, remembering Bharat, and he felt, I think it's enough for Bharat to go through all these hardships. Let us go back, even though 14 years is not over. Let's let me. I'm okay to break the vow that I've given to my father. Whatever may happen to me, let it happen. But I don't can't see anymore the trouble that my brother is going. Uh, uh, so in that way, all this, yeah, he was, yeah, feeling very disturbed, and then yeah, but because Lakshman was there, he has reconciled him, and Sita also, and this was one of the rare instances Ram uh, lost composure out of emotions for his brother, to feel the pain that Bharat is going through. So he lost his composure, and Ram was consoled by Sita and Lakshman, to serve him by helping him deal these feelings well. Mm. So in that way, the things were going on, happy days, memories, and all. And while all this thing happened, in Ayodhya Kand, we were talking about one lady who has changed the tides, made a huge reversal that happened in Ram's life. And here there is another woman that comes into the picture in Aranya Kand. It is none other than Surpanakha. Surpanakha, who is uh, the sister of Ravana. Mm. She is, yeah, I mean, we have not yet touched about the characters, uh, who have made the lives of the sages difficult, who have made the lives of the demigods difficult. Why? Because there is one person who is called Ravan. The literal meaning of Ravana means one who makes other cry. Means he experiences great happiness to see others crying. For that matter, he is ready to do anything. He is Ravan, and is son of Vishravas and Kaikasi. Hmm. Kaikasi, who is the demon, Sumali's daughter. She is nice-hearted, though she is a demon, but Sumali had a plan. Uh, I would like to give my daughter to Vishravas so that he's a Brahmin coming from Pulasya lineage. So then the sons or the daughter, yeah, whoever comes, will be having the strengths of both Brahmanical qualities and our Rakshas qualities, and so that we can be the masters of both sides. So thinking so, and Kaikasi is, begot three sons. One is Ravana, second one is Kumbhakarna, third one is Vibhishan, and also sister Surpanakha. They very quickly were poisoned because of the desires of Kaikasi that they may rule the world. So they went, they pleased Brahma, they so that they can get powers. With that powers, they can enjoy. Uh, and yeah, in that way, because of those powers, Ravana, who was initially not so bad, being expert of uh, uh, what do you call the Vedic scriptures, uh, but because after getting the boon, he became proud and he became egoistic, and he thought he became arrogant. Yeah, he became arrogant that there is no one in the three worlds who can stop him to become the supreme, and that's why he started disturbing everyone. All the demigods, devatas were trembling in fear. They could not handle the power of Ravana. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me? So I don't know if someone can unmute, but
Krishna
let
Prabhuji.
me. Yeah. Am I
Yeah.
audible properly? There
Uh,
was a glitch of internet.
there are a lot of glitches, Prabhuji, especially in the last 2 3 minutes. But yeah,
Okay, please.
Prabhuji.
Please let me know so that then I can slow, because the story itself is quite long and I'm trying to concisely go
Uh,
fast. If there is a break, to let me know.
sure, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, hmm, so they attained powers and they are coming from the blood of, yeah, who Kaikasi demon. So in all this way, their interest changed. Instead of welfare of whatever powers they have got, they started misusing. They Ravan, um, yeah, desired that he is unconquerable. Mm. And Kumbhakarna. I mean, anyway, we know these boons that they got, and there is this Surpanakha. Surpanakha, she had her husband Vidyujit, uh, and but somehow by accident, or I don't know why, but when Ravan was in a war, somehow his Chandrahas, yeah, it touched the head of Vidyujit, and then he is dead. Who is Surpanaka's husband, is dead. And to console her, what Ravan did was that he made her in charge of the outpost of Lanka, which is called Janasthan. This is the Janasthan is a place where, yeah, it's mainly a lot of people, sages, everything is there. But he made that you are in charge of this place. Hmm. Yeah. And Surpanaka, who is a characterless person, she was she was not keen to know whether her husband was intentionally killed or whether it was an accident. Oh, she didn't had a thought like, oh, one life, one husband. She was not so. She was just flying in the air, flying in the sky to see if there is someone that can she can satisfy. So somehow when she was flying, she came across two saffron, no, one beautiful, handsome person in saffron, and then she stopped and she came down. She wanted to have a closer look. Who is he? The more she came closer, she got more mesmerized. Hmm. Why? Because the beauty of Ram was captivating her, and but that was not because of a love relation. It was about lust. She wanted to build a relation with this person, and she was completely captivated by the features, that how charming he is. I haven't seen anyone so handsome, because yeah, this is what is described in so many scriptures. The beauty of Lord is so mesmerizing. And not only the devotees, yeah, here we see Demonis is also so much captivated. Uh, Look at his eyes. They are like delicate petals of lotus. Hmm. And then she started scanning the whole body top to down. She started saying, see how his hair is black like cloud. Um, his long arms are reaching their knees, Ajanubaham. And then his trunk is like elephant. Look at his luster. Whole body is radiating, very luminous. His shoulders are well built. Even though he is dressed like aesthetic, hmm, he carries himself like a king. So definitely, uh, I am just by seeing him, I'm getting goosebumps. So definitely, it's just watch him. This is what he was. She was further thinking. Oh, he has a greenish golden hue. Hmm. Um, and in that way, anyway, uh, Surpanaka was so much captivated. Oh, what a nice moments. And then she started thinking, who can this be? Can he be, Kamadev? No, but Kamadev, he lost his body. Why? Because he disturbed Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva has burnt him to ashes. He doesn't have a body. So can he be someone else like Indra? But Indra, his body is full of ice. So he cannot be Indra. Can he be Shiva? No, Shiva has three eyes, but this person has only two eyes. Uh, and can he be Vishnu? Vishnu has four hands. So in that way, she was guessing to find out who is this most attractive person she has come across by accident. Yeah, and she was started. No person. She was starting compare to. He's so brilliant, like a full moon. Um, but can he be a moon? Because full moon. Is not always full moon, right? We know that it wanes also, not only waxes. So in that way, finally she was trying, and she jumped out, from that hiding spot and wanted to come closer. She didn't even realize at that time Ram was not alone. Ram was actually with the sages who were sitting, and then they were discussing. But shamelessly, not even realizing they are sages, her eyes were focused only on one object, who is that Ram, and she was absorbed, and she was walking, and she started asking, you dressed like a monk, but I think you are fooling. Who? You have come to fool? Whom you have to come to fool? uh, 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 yeah, this tree bark clothes and all these, but then there are weapons of battle. How do you justify who you are? uh, and um, s- this is a place where even Agastya Muni doesn't stay. He stays away, but you're here definitely. And I'm so much captivated by your appearance, by your form. Tell me who you are. When Ram saw the appearance of Surpanaka, the Surpanaka's appearance, yeah, is also described by Valmiki, which is very slunky and yeah, not so of beauty, beautiful, but also awkward. And Ram thought, okay, Ram introduced himself. I am Ram, son of Dashrath. I am here with my brother and my wife. Hmm. And this is how we introduced. We are, yeah, actually in a 14 years exile. He didn't see that, huh? Okay, what big, huh? So, and then we are here, and that period is going to finish. We'll be going back to Ayodhya. Um, and because he saw her personality and her questions. Sometimes we come across some people, they ask uh, a question sort of blue. We may think, hey, this is not at all relevant for them. Oh, such big words to speak in by a small person, or the other way. Here, smilingly, Ram, he was just answering. Yeah, uh, so he was thinking some harmless fun is okay. Yeah, there is no problem. So he was just telling. After all these 13 years, he was thinking to himself, some moment of fun is not bad. So he said, I have told everything honestly about myself. Now tell me about you, who you are. Tell me about you. So, if you are kind enough, enlighten me and tell who you are, and then, um, yeah, this Surpanaka who is so much absorbed drinking the nectar of the darshan of the Lord, of course with lusty eyes, she spoke everything openly. She didn't hide anything because she forgot herself, what to hide, what not. She started telling, you know what? Huh? Um, I am mm, sister of Ravan, and she started telling, you know what, I am daughter of Vishravas and Kaikasi, and then I am famous, you know what, with my um, fan-like sharp nails, and my guise shifting abilities. I can change my form, anytime, like that. So she started glorifying herself. Uh, when Lord Ram introduced himself, there was no glorification. Uh, this is the sign of a person who is not self-centered. He always uh, speaks to the point. Whereas here we see Surpanakha wanted to impress. And she said, my name has become synonymous of terror here. In Janasthan, there is no one who doesn't know me. Everyone is scared of me and all these things. No one can uh, um, arrest my movements so that I can very swiftly move. My brother is Ravan, and you know what? Ravan, he is a king of demons, and you must have heard him. And my second brother is Kumbhakarna. You may have also heard about him that he is the guy who sleeps most of the time and wakes up for some time, and that too for eating, and again goes to sleep. And then there is a third, who is a black spot in our race. He is Vibhishan. Uh, he is very dharmic lifestyle. He thinks that is everything, which brings nothing but self-emanciation and gloom. He is struggling, and um, and then I have cousins like Kara and Dushan, who are taking care of this Janasthan. So in that way, she started telling. But I must tell that I am best among all of them. You know what? I excel over all, everyone. Overall, my brothers in bravery, I am better than them, uh, and I am naturally depend on no one. Yeah, I don't mind accepting shamelessly that I am mad of you. This is what she's saying. Till now, I am the best, and somehow I felt like, oh, I am now saying openly, our meeting was accidental, and I have fallen deeply in love with you. She said so, and then, yeah, if you marry me, mm, if you marry me, I assure you the greatest happiness that you have yet to see or have never seen and will never see after that. Saying so, she's saying, if you agree, we can roam in this forest of Dandakaranya, and enjoy Mary's. Uh, uh, um, and then while this was going on, Sita was walking out. What there's some conversation going on. When she came out, then Surpanaka saw Sita, and she says, "Yeah, you know what? This female that you are, she's your wife. She's fit for, not worthy of your wife, to be your wife. You need someone with proper substance, someone like me uh, who can make your life uh, pleasure pleasurable. So in that way, so you abandon your Sita, you abandon your brother, and then you come. Yeah. Um, then hearing to all this conversation, yeah, in the first meet, right? This is the first meet, because Surpanaka is very proud of herself, thinking she is the most powerful lady in the world. That's why she was very open, telling who she is, what great she is, thinking herself, and thinking others fit for nothing. Yeah. So this is all the qualities of self-centered person. They are not sensitive to the reality. So, but then Ram chuckled. He just laughed a bit, and then that became as if um, disturbed Surpanaka very much. The more he laughed, the more disturbed she was, choking in suffocation. Why? Is she felt her love for Ram is slowly overpowering her like poison from a snake bite. We know a snake bite, yeah, the poison increases, and becomes more problematic. So, and in that way, mm, when this conversation happened, Ram smiled, made a hysterical smile, and then he said, "Oh, you know what? Uh, uh, yeah," he showed, "She is my wife, Sita," which means, for a woman like you, why do you want to marry me? And then you have to share. Rather, I have my brother. Uh, yeah, my brother is not less. He's equally handsome, youthful, strong, mm, uh, and that too. Yeah, he's here alone. Mm. Go ahead with him, oh lady with big waist. Go, go. Then only then you'll live like a queen without a co-wife hindrance. So anyway, saying so, yeah, he took this situation light and he diverted, and then Rama's word initially disappointed Surpanaka because she was thinking, hey, I am giving you a blank check, but you are just uh, ignoring it, neglecting it, or even not regarding it, disregarding it. But then when she saw Lakshman, she also thought Lakshman is not less. She thought, and what proposal Ram has said is justifiable. He is also very beautiful. No one, he is no less than his brother. So he is definitely a better choice because then there is no co-wife problem. So she began to blink rapidly and she was saying, oh, young man, will you marry me? Huh? And then we will, yeah, the same story. She said, I'll give you all happiness that you can never imagine. Mm. So, in that way, uh, the love that she was showing on Ram, she started showing the same thing on Lakshman. When he glanced at Ram, Lakshman was puzzled to see what is this. And then he also saw Ram was in some kind of enjoying some mischief here. So he thought, okay, let him also join. And he said, he began to speak to Surpanaka, saying that. Um, yeah, with some artificial love. He said, a beggar who expects honor and a person addicted to vice and hopes for attraction, a greedy man who hopes for fame, a proud man who hopes for genuine friendship, and a servant who aspires for happiness uh, are five kinds of categories of people who aspire to gather milk by milking the sky, which means this is all futile. It is futile. The five kinds of people. So I am a servant. You know what will happen? If you marry me as I am a servant of my Lord, so you will also become a servant. Rather, I think Ram is the right candidate for you. Uh, so, and then this back and forth, sending Surpanaka to Ram and Lakshman disturbed her so much, and she thought all this is because of this Sita. If Sita is not there, then everything will be solved. And then she hastily jumped to um, crush, to press neck of Sita, choke her to death. And Ram immediately understood. Now he has to handle this episode uh, seriously. So what he did? he gestured Lakshman because he was near, and Lakshman, what he did, he simply mutilated. He cut the nose and the ears of Surpanaka, and that extrudes so much pain to her. Not only that, it also caused a lot of insult. Yeah, we know that the beauty of a person uh, is through their nose, through ears, and yeah. So these were chopped. mm, uh, and Surpanaka couldn't bear this anymore. With great pain, uh, yeah, last she had a last look of Ram, Lakshman, and Sita. Uh, Not because they are the Lord, their darshan is very important, but she couldn't bear this, and she plotted revenge. She plotted a vengeance in her heart, and this is last time she saw. And this is the beginning of an end of Rakshasa clan. She was thinking that hey, she will destroy Ram, Sita, and Lakshman, but actually, this event that happened with Surpanaka was the turning point, so that she acted as a catalyst to speed up that Ram, because now when 14 years, yeah, Bharat is not going to wait. Yeah, because Bharat said that if you do not return in time, that I will give up myself. So this 1 year has to happen, and everything has to happen in this 1 year, so that as the vow that Ram took, that all the Rakshasas on the earth will be uh, annihilated. So how can it happen? It happened through Surpanaka here. So we can see here that Surpanaka, mm, uh, uh, we can see so many things even in the small Leela of the Lord with Surpanaka here, is that there are some people around us who are always only are happy to eliminate anyone in their path of self-fulfillment. They are so much eager to fill themselves with pleasure, self-fulfillment, and in that process, here Surpanaka, she attacked even Sita, because she thought Sita is an impediment for between she and Ram. So that's why she is eager to do that. And such people hmm, can only smell their own sweet desires and do not allow good advices. So smelling is done through the nose and advices through ears. And when these both don't function, whether they are there or not there doesn't matter. So Lakshman had to cut open her nose and ears to open them to smelling others' needs so that she can appreciate. So anyway, those are some details. But so in that way, immediately after this incident happened, Ram already sensed. Yeah, now from now on, we should be extra alert. We should expect some action to going to take place, uh, because this is kind of we have invited, we have invited uh, quite some trouble. So thinking so, she Ram asked Lakshman to be ready, and as he thought, in fact, what happened is uh, this Surpanakha, she felt very much insulted, more than the pain that was physical pain. She was having pain defeated. She went to
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji will rejoin in 2 minutes. He's trying to rejoin. He has some internet issues.
Okay, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So I think there's some network issue. So do let me know. So, where I was telling about the problems that yeah, the Lord in one way invited, but it was like yeah, also helped as a catalyst so that Kar and Dushan were informed. They came with their 14,000 army, yeah, and they wanted to subdue Ram, Lakshman, and Surpanaka said, "Don't kill Sita. You bring her to me. I will uh, kill her with my own hands." So this was the deal that she made. She sent the battalion, all the people, they went, but Ram single-handed had killed all the 14,000 within 2.5 months. It's not like a war that we now have. I don't know if you made a count. We are in what day? I think 778 or 775. The Ukraine war that's going on, right? So no, in case of Ram, 14,000 were killed, and they were not ordinary. They were Janasthan is the outpost of Lanka, which means Ravan would definitely keep a very, very formidable army there. But uh, but Ram single-handed could kill all of them, and in fact. Um, um, make a clear message to Surpanaka, yeah, so that yeah, uh, that's nothing. They are so capable that they can handle. They need not worry. Uh, but Surpanaka didn't stop it there. She didn't realize that okay, the these two gentlemen are not ordinary. They are powerful, but rather yeah, she wanted to try. What she did is she went to Lanka, she went to her brother, and she had a plan. She had a plan. Um, uh, but before even Surpanaka went, Akampan, yeah, he was made to dress in a yeah, Akampan who is hmm, Kaikasi's brother, yeah, and Lankeshwar, Ravan's uncle. So he came to the assembly of Lanka, and then everyone were laughing. Why? Because he was dressed in sari. He was, and then Akampan collapsed on the knees and began, weep. He's saying, this is the state of mind. Why? Because, there are two boys. They came, they they have killed uh, Khar and Dushan and Trisira, all these great people, they were killed by one man. Hmm. The Rakshasas, people, everyone were surprised to see, how did it happen? Who did do that? When did it happen? All these things. And what happened to these 14,000 people? All our army, everything became just dead bodies there lying there. So terrible, dreadful was this. And then Akampan was telling to Ravan, who became very, very furious. He was going here and there, and he said, just one man alone did it. Huh? Um, and then Akampan was saying it was only, in fact, one man. His name is Ram. Uh, and then he started saying he is invincible. Uh, he is undefeatable. Hmm. His power matches like a lion. His shoulder resembles that of a bull. His arms are like pythons. His thighs are like trunks of elephant. In that way, his voice is thunderous. Mm. So in that way, and of course, he has killed everyone alone, but he is not alone. He has his brother. Uh, came to know that he is not ordinary. I know that he has a brother who is as powerful as him, but he did not even uh, took part in this war. Mm. So this made Ravan became more interested. What one man can do this, and there are two boys like that. Uh, um, and then um, saying so, Ravan was thinking, "Let me now go immediately and set." And then Akampan stopped him, saying, "Oh no, no, no! You are our Lord. Yeah, yeah. Without you, we cannot survive." So saying so, he said, "Okay, I have anyway other ways how we could handle the situation," and he wanted to tell him some tricks, some other means through which he can win over. And both Akampan and Ravan left the assembly hall, and but then Surpanaka came. She met Ravan, and she straight away said, "You fool! Uh, what? Ravan, how dare a sister, younger sister, is telling to her brother, hey, you fool, you know what? I am doing everything for your pleasure, and you are not doing anything." Uh, uh, she she was telling that, hey, I am trying my best for your satisfaction, and then you are not doing anything. So and then she was she started telling, all things, that kind of manipulating, like, what, all my efforts are for you. After all, I want to give you a best present that you can ever think of. I want to give you that present in the form of there is a wonderful, beautiful damsel. I don't know from where she came. She's name is Sita. You know what? And then I wanted to bring her and gift you, but you know what happened? This is the state. There is some Ram and Lakshman. Lakshman has cut my nose. Hmm? and in that way uh, she started speaking, and she started also giving a speech. She was saying, you know what, uh, you are not a king. Are you a king? You are no king. You are mere figurehead, just thinking that you are a king. Focusing on pleasing your senses is your job. Now count your days. One man has ruined entire army, 14,000, and he has mutilated your sister, me. Uh, uh, Great wise men from past have warned against taking enemy and snake, disease, fire, sin, serpent carelessly. One should be very, very, very vigilant. They should not be careless. Uh, I went there only to further your interests, and then but this is what has happened. And then Ravan said, I have already understood what has happened. Akampan has already told, don't worry. Um, mm, the Rakshasas could go anywhere, everywhere to do anything. You need not explain that you have went to find me a best gift in the form of Sita. Uh, but um, Surpanaka very well knew the weakness of Ravan. What is his weakness? His weakness is woman. For that matter, he has accrued 18 curse from different people, from Lord Brahma, sages, Brihaspati, so many, some from Rambha, uh, from yeah. So what was his weakness was all about enjoying women. So she know very well. So she knew how to manipulate that weakness to exact her vengeance from him. Because she cannot solve her problem. She wants someone who can do. And how to convince is by manipulating. Whatever she told that Sita is fit for nothing. Yeah, she told to Ram, and she said to abandon Sita. Now here she is saying, you know what? There is a beautiful damsel, so beautiful that she has long, jet black, silky hair, delicate nose, broad eyes, moon-like face, rosy nails. So glorified, like she could be an Apsara or Gandharvi or Yakshi or Kinnari. Sita is like a pot of celestial nectar, and she, if at all, she should be uh, with you. And that's the reason in fact, I would even go to the extent of saying that if you have one glimpse of her, you would definitely conclude that you have never ever seen a woman ever. Huh? None of your queens, not even Mandodari, is equal to her. So, in that way, she said that Sita definitely befits your throne, in your assembly as your wife. So, in that way, she was speaking. mm, Ravan was already, he already knew how many curses are chasing him. That if he touches a woman forcefully to enjoy, then Brahma has given a sharp that his head will break, all his head will break into pieces and he will die. So many curses are already there, but he was thinking, yeah, Surpanaka is saying there is a nectar. Uh, when nectar is there, when poisons won't harm me, I can uh, look for this nectar. So let me, nothing will happen to me. So thinking so, when blessings didn't make Ravan, it is not that blessings came and that's why Ravan is so strong. And so similarly, curses will not destroy me. What curses will do with me? So he was not so serious. And then he thought he has an opportunity to relish nectar in the form of Sita. So because of his lust, he decided. He decided to abduct Sita. For that, he had a plan. And next day, early morning, he went in his Pushpak Viman, straightly landed at his uncle's place, ashram. Uh, who is his uncle? Marich. Marich. Marich was doing tapasya. He was in his ashram. He was performing penance, and then this. Uh, uh, is very interesting. Yeah, here we see that Marich was dressed in saffron robes as sannyas. And when Ravan saw this, he was thinking, wow, it looked very funny. Uh, he has long matted hair and body is completely different, looks like a genuine saint. But Ravan, he looked more uh, Marich as a clone in the monk. It's like we know this that he is actually a Rakshas in his eyes. Marich is a Rakshas, but he has become a monk. He is neither a Rakshas now, neither a monk. That's what he was feeling. Uh, he had heard that his uncle has become renunciant. He didn't know why, and he was not interested at that time why. So here he has come with a purpose. What is the purpose? He wanted to take a favor from his uncle, and that too he think it is his right, because after all, Lankeshwar means he is also Ishwar of Marich. That's what thought was. Um, so, but for Marich, it was shocking that Lankeshwar usually calls anyone to his courtyard. Yeah, if he has some work, he will just send a message. But here he has personally come. So after receiving him, and he inquired why he has come, what is the purpose, and Ravan explained what has happened, everything in Janasthan. Mhm. He started telling, you know what, Marich, in spite of this, banished from his kingdom, from his Ayodhya by his father, um, he shamelessly came and interferes in our business. Janasthan is ours, and he is just he is a characterless, senseless, unrighteous. Um, uh, these are some attributes I can tell about that person who has come and caused all kind of damage to us. He calls himself Ram. Uh, I want your help now. What you do is you abduct, sorry, you divert Ram, and I will abduct Sita. Hmm? Yeah, so I will capture Sita and then bring him. Ravan explained everything. With your help, nothing is impossible because you are the master of magics. You're well known in the whole Rakshas dynasty as the best, so you can do it. Marich immediately he thought, "What are you telling about Ram?" Even to say Ra itself was him, he was stuttering. Why? Because he had already experienced who is Ram, what is his power. Hmm. You know what? He is saying, which fool is going to advise you to do this? Tell me who is that fool who has asked you to do this? Huh? He is, whoever would have told he is your enemy in disguise. Why? Because he is asking you to risk your life. Huh? He is ungrateful. Even after receiving so much from you, he is kicking you on your face. So Ram is like a lion. Hmm? You know, he is like a lion. And he is bent in annihilating the whole deer community, hmm, of Rakshasas. So a lion, no, for him, what is a matter of deers? Even if there are so many deers, cannot do anything because lion can subdue everyone, every deer. Uh, so Ravan, let that lion sleep. Don't wake him up. If you wake him up, then you are inviting your own yeah, destruction. Why? Because this lion, his arrows are like his limbs, his swords are like his teeth. Yeah, here Marich is using reference of Narsim Avatar, yeah, where he is lion limbs with the nails and the teeth, Vajra Damshtra, Vajra Nakha. Huh? So he's saying, don't mess up your life. Huh? It's very easy to find sweet talkers everywhere, but I am giving you a very important advice. Huh? Let me brief you about Ram. I know I'm not just telling out of blue. His righteousness is so high, so he wouldn't have done anything unwantedly. He is pure, his strength, and Sita is also very sacred, so they wouldn't have done anything unnecessarily. I think Ram would have done as a self-defense to protect. I think it was Surpanaka's desire to enjoy Ram, and that's why as she didn't achieve success, I think he's pushing you to do that. Uh, Rather, he left the kingdom voluntarily to prove that his father was truthful. So in that way, he is dharma personified, dharmagya. Saying all these things, he said, you have already accumulated enough curse. There are already 18 curse on your name. Uh, do you want more? Hmm? Then he gave so many examples of what kind of curses that were on him. Don't think I am speaking out of nothing. I have witnessed Ram twice in my life. One was when he was just 12 years boy. Even before, yeah, he has matured hair on his face. Um, he was just a boy of 12 years. I thought, hey, is it really possible that he could kill my mother, Tataka? Huh? And now I have an opportunity in Siddhashram, that when he was guarding Vishwamitra Yajna, he thought, let me take revenge, let me kill him. Huh? But you know what? One shot, one arrow was enough. I flew so many miles away, I fell here, and I was unconscious for quite some time. After waking up, I understood what I did. Uh, then there was another instance. What me and my two friends together, like we used to go in disguise as deers. Sages think deers are very sattvic, and you know what? We used to actually kill animals, kill sages, and with that flesh, we used to enter ashrams. And then this was a bewildering scene for the sages, and they used to get scared. And this was the play we were doing. But when Ram shot arrows, he killed two of my friends, and I had a very narrow escape. Otherwise, I would also have been killed. After that, I understood, yeah, no more. So I wanted to lead a what is this life of sadhu. Huh? The only thing I am now doing is always chanting the name of Ram, Ram, Ram. The even if I hear someone saying Ra, whether it could be Ratna, whether it could be Ravana, even just a thought of Ra itself hmm, scares me. Hmm. So this is just my experience, and I advise you don't mess up. Hmm. So in that way, Marich was speaking. I came to this part of the world to live a life of austerity and penances. Let me continue. Hmm. I live here alone, guided only by my mind and practice experience that I have. So just let me be here. Do not blame him for killing Kara and Dushan. He did it only out of self-defense. If you want to blame anyone for death, it is Surpanaka. Hmm? Kar waged war on Ram without knowing the complete truth, but I have told you complete truth what has happened. Hmm? Ram was going to devour um, Sita. So your sister was doing that to stop that Ram has protected. And he also said, no one dares to speak like this with hmm, Ravan, right? And Ravan also immediately thought, hey, how dare you speak all these things to me? Uh, uh, he was thinking like that, but he was also thinking that yeah, he still needs Marich for his trick. So that's why he started saying, I have not come here to hear you. It's like sowing seeds in a barren, dry land. What will happen? Nothing will happen. So whatever you are telling is of no use because I have come here with a decision, uh, not an opinion, and then reflect and then decide. No, I have a decision that I am going to do this, and you have um, mm, uh, you have to not find faults in my decision, but you have to act according to my decision. So they he was saying either you die in my hands or yeah, either you uh, listen to my words and die in the hands of Ram. It's your choice. And when this option came, he preferred to die in the hands of Ram because at least the end, he will be killed um, in the hands of Ram, which is always uh, mm, blessed, yeah, because he attains higher position rather being killed in Ravan. So he agrees to the plan of what Ravan has. What he suggests is now become a golden deer. You go there, you just attract the mind and heart of Sita, and when Ram and Lakshman are away, then I will abduct Sita coming in a sannyas disguise. All these things planned. So finally, um, yeah, in short, all whatever Ravan wanted happened. So uh, it was Lakshman who immediately sensed that this is not a deer because the eyes of a deer can't be red blood, and this cannot be having a golden hue. So in that way, yeah, Lakshman tried, but Sita was not eager to hear what is truth. She was so much captivated, so much attracted, where Valmiki is here addressing the deer as Abhiram. He says, Sita is behind this Abhiram. Abhiram. So till now, Sita was only desiring Ram, but here Abhiram, not Ram. So in the form of deer. And Ram, as Agastya Muni said to, no, Atri Muni said to offer all happiness to Sita. So what he did is, yes, okay, he asked Lakshman to take care, to protect Sita, and he will go and bring Marich, sorry. Because he know, yeah, if even if this deer is Marich, even if this deer, yeah, he is Marich, yeah, he cannot escape now, like last time. Yeah, after all, I have come to the forest to annihilate all these demons, whether they are in the garga of a deer or whether they are direct. So Ram took the opportunity to kill this. And if it was not the case, then he can bring it so that Sita is happy and she wanted to have some play time with this deer and take home back to Ayodhya. So in both ways, Ram only sees positive here. So Ram goes and Marich tricks him going to far place in the forest. And after going far, then in the voice of Ram screams for protection, Sita, Lakshman, Lakshman. And then Sita becomes more worried and so much worried that she instigates Lakshman to go to save to protect Ram, thinking that he's in trouble. Lakshman doesn't believe, he understands this is also a trick, and then he was very sure by the time he comes back, she may not be even there. He tried his best to make her understand, but she even doubted that, yeah, maybe you are very lazy, or maybe you have some other interests. When Ram is not there, you're showing all the colors. So saying all this blame, blaspheming Lakshman, she finally, mm, yeah, pushes Lakshman to go and find Ram. Yeah, while this was happening, in Valmiki Ramayana, there is no description about Lakshmana Rekha. In Ramcharit there is Tulsidas who describes there is a special protection that is created. But Ravan, who comes in the guise of Parivajagacharya sannyasi, I mean, it's a traveling sannyasi with all followers. Uh, he comes, he abducts Sita, Hmm? And takes her in his Pushpaka Viman and fly back to Lanka. On the way, there is very, very adventurous fight that happens between Jatayu and Ravan. Yeah, this is also very, very nice, where here we see Marich wants to die in the hands of Ram so that he can get higher position. Whereas here Jatayu, what chances he has that he can win? He just was fighting so that he can keep engaging Ravat so that Ram and Lakshman can come and save Sita. So he was trying with his wings. He was flapping so hard that this chariot of what is it, the Pushpaka Viman was blown, was losing control in that way, in which Sita Devi is there, Ravan is there. Ravan tried to resist. He was thinking, I am busy now, I want to go back to Lanka soon. uh, I don't have time to kill this Jatayu. But this Jatayu is not giving up, is very, very strong. Uh, it is making my life very difficult. So Ravan, he spoke, he glorified the greatness of Jatayu and said, Jatayu, um, yeah, why should we fight for so much? Yeah, I am going to tell my weakness and you tell your weakness, and then we will fight so that whoever wins to, um, yeah, from that, then it becomes fast. You may win, I may win. So playing this trick, Jatayu was very genuine. It told what is its weakness, wings, and Ravan told his weakness is in his feet. Uh, he was actually cheating, and Jatayu was trying to attack. She went straight to attack, but Ravan took the opportunity. He took this Chandrahas, he chopped the wings of Jatayu, wounded, and it fell from very high. and yeah, and Ravan escaped from the scene. While Ravan was escaping from the scene, there was this small moment of time where Sita could bind in her small piece of cloth jewels that she dropped exactly where there were Vanaras who were just discussing, and this pouch of ornaments fell exactly at that spot. And hoping that this will be brought to her beloved mm, husband Ram, so that they can come to protect her. But Jatayu, with whatever little energy that he had, he was trying to maintain his life here so that if Ram comes by, if then he can pass on this, that it is Lankeshwar, it is the Ravan who has abducted Sita, and could give more details. And while this was happening, when Ram, Lakshman, they were searching for Sita. They searched all in all the directions possible. They came across Jatayu. They saw this Jatayu was uttering Ram, 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 and then he learned what has happened, and then he broke tears, and then when Jatayu left final breath, saying Ram, uh, then yeah, Jatayu cremation was done by the due hands of Ram. In the due hands of Ram, he did it like one does to his father. Yeah. So in that way, he came to know this, and yeah, he Ram and Lakshman went further, where we come to discuss about a special beings called Vanaras. Mm. In the Kishkinda Kanda, there's so much to know about it. Oh, who are they, what they have done, and how Ram makes friendship with Sugriv, and how Sugriv promises to help Ram to find where is Sita and bring her back. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know. I hope I could cover some part of Aranya, but yeah, it's never enough to finish in. I think we took 2 hours, but thank you very much. Anything someone would like to share? How was it? Any points you want to also share, which you may have heard very interesting?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, carry on, Prabhuji. I'll follow you.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful katha. So one question, Prabhuji, I was thinking that, so did Lord Ram wanted to kill Marich, or did he wanted to catch, like Mother Sita asked him to?
No, the Mother Sita didn't have any interest to catch Marich. She had interest only the golden deer, right? So the golden deer was none other than Marich. So who is a Rakshas? So the point was not about catching a demon, but catching a deer, which was interest. But because he was actually disappearing. Yeah, this golden deer was jumping, disappearing here and there. Then showed the true color of a demon, right? Of a Rakshas, and then yeah, it's not going to bring any value if he is bringing back Marich and giving to Sita, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, actually, very nice recitation. Thank you for this, Prabhuji. One question, Prabhuji, is like, you mentioned the world will be perfect for us so that we can advance. So, what does this exactly mean, Prabhuji? Because there is some school of thought which says life will not be fair with you, and this whatever you told is exact opposite to it. So, just trying to
Okay.
understand. Yes,
Okay.
Krishna.
So there is always the way that we see, right? Yeah, like for example, if a glass is half filled, one may say as half filled and one may say half empty, right? So the events that happen in our life are helping us also to think in either these two ways or many ways. What we can learn from Ramayana is that a reversal is something that you don't expect to happen, or you may have thought that the 13 years is over 14 years, right? When 13 years went smooth, what about one more year? Shouldn't be so difficult, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And
Yes, Prabhuji.
similarly, in our life, we may think, I have planned it perfectly, like life should go like this, I should have that, I should have this, so many things we have, but they may not happen. And we start blaming. We may start blaming our fate, we may start blaming the people who are around, we may start complaining. We even say, hey, Lord, you are not merciful, you are all hard-hearted. So many things we may see from that, right? When we are saying a situation where we put in is perfect means that the Lord knows well than us what is best for us, what is the perfect moment situation. Because if we do something wrong, then yes, we have to learn. uh, Sometimes we learn by just hearing some people saying, okay, this is not what you should do. uh, and sometimes we may see, okay, by doing this, it's harmful, let's not do. Sometimes with experience, we may do and then suffer. So all these situations are perfect for our learning so that we don't make the same mistake again. So in our life, if I am aspiring to be a millionaire, and if I am not a millionaire, yeah, that is perfect for me. Why? Because if I become a millionaire, I won't use it properly. I am thinking that it is best, but that's not best. The best thing is actually not having it so that I can learn the hard way of life, so that that is what is more fulfilling, that is more purposeful. It is only the perspective of us to feel, the glass is half full, rather than thinking glass is half empty.
Yes, Roji, I think very nice example with this. Yeah,
Mhm.
and probably, and one last question probably is like, there are so many setbacks or life quake in the life of Ram, but he was still Lord Ram, and he was still balanced. Is it because yesterday you told nice aspects about Lord Ram's qualities, where he was calm, composed. So, was it because that he was the Lord himself and he knew what his destiny is? Because all of us are having so many thoughts in mind because we don't know how we are going to end up. So, is the reason for Lord Ram's composure because that he was the Lord himself and he knew what is going to anyways going to happen, or
Hmm.
he was not aware of that
So
and
to
it
your
was just his
question,
personality?
yeah, to your question, the question is, of course, we cannot surpass Ram. We cannot surpass the Lord, because we are only servants of the Lord, right? So now the question can come, if Lord Ram has done, because he is Lord, because of that he has all the qualities, that's why he could do it. And now we are not Lord, we are just, normal beings. So how can we apply that all in our life? If Ram led a disciplined life, should I also have to lead a disciplined life? Yeah, he had the power to kill 14,000 demons single-handed. Now, if it comes to me, I can't even kill one mosquito sometimes. Hmm? Right? So this might make us think like, okay, we cannot imitate. Yes, definitely we cannot imitate, but we can follow, which means a devotee is the one who is also acquiring these qualities. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that a devotee also manifests the qualities of the Lord. Maybe, or even for sure, not in the full capacity as Lord, but do we really need 100% of the capacity? Even if we have limited, maybe I won't kill 14,000 Rakshasas, but even if there is one, if I can annihilate, that should be good, right? Hmm?
Yes,
So that
Prabhuji.
is what we mean to say following in the footsteps of the Lord and his devotees. Means the devotees manifest those qualities. As we know, there's 6 qualities, right? Titiksha Svakarunika. So all these qualities, and there are many qualities of the Lord. How to tolerate, how to be compassionate, huh? How to always see about duality. Now, there are so many, like 24 qualities, like Valmiki. When Narada Muni is asked, Narada Muni is telling 24 qualities of Lord Ram. Yeah. Is it not enough, even if you have acquired by his blessing, even if two or three in our life, that should be successful.
Yes, Prabhuji, totally. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks.
Yeah. So in that sense, we cannot say that, hey, this is a story and I I will only see it as a story, and it's a, like some people will think that Ramayana is a very nice mystic, what do you call, mythological story, right? How is it possible that, yeah, there are Vanaras? How is it possible that there are Rakshasas? It's so nice story. No, it's not story, it is history. It indeed has happened. It has happened, yeah, which means that it has happened. And in our yuga, in our times, yeah, we can see the similar situations, circumstances are also there. And Ramayana, yeah, we see that Ram is what? He is Anushthan Pradhan. So he is telling us how to deal. So it's not like Ramayana is age-old scripture, age-old pastime. It has no relevance to today, in today's world. No, it is even more relevant now because we have so many inner enemies. In those times, we were talking about only Manthara and Surpanakha. And we have so many Mantharas, Surpanakas, and so many. Yeah? I'm not talking about women in general, but I'm just telling about so many disturbing elements around us. Yeah, we can see how Lord Ram dealt. Huh? Even when Bharat came, when Shatrugna was punishing, yeah, Shatrugna in the case of the misdealing of or misdeed of Mantara, Shatrugna wanted to punish her, right? He caught her, he caught Mantara and brought to Bharat. And Bharat said, will you do this? Will you do this? If you do, can you show your face to Ram when he comes back? Hmm? Let leave her, let her be freed. This is not something that the Lord appreciates by punishing her. And in the case of Surpanaka, what happened? Who punished Surpanaka? Because she has no interest of hearing and no interest of understanding. What he did, he has just mutilated her nose and ears. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
So in
So
that
true.
way, Ramayana is so much relevant for us that of course we don't take law in our hands and then start doing whatever we want, because Ramayana is telling on the Praman of Ramayana. We understand that what are the qualities that we should have. Uh, and Ram is a perfect example in all ways. Yeah, we can see how Ram is a perfect son. Yeah, as soon as he got instruction from his father, he's ready. Huh? So we see how he is a perfect husband. What happened when Sita was saying, "Hey, please take me with you." At that time, Ram was saying, "No, no, no. Forest is a place where it's a lot of hardship. It's not good for you. You better maybe want you can go to Mithila, or you can take care of Kausalya." Yeah? At that time, yeah, Sita, in order to persuade Ram, she even says, I think you are not manly that you are able to take care of me, that you can protect me in all circumstances. That actually, yeah, was very painful to Ram. Hmm? And Ram, in order to prove the world, and not only to the world, to mainly to Sita, so he has single-handed killed 14,000. That's why he even said, Lakshman, take Sita in a protection in under a cave. You be there guarding her. I will kill. It was not that he wanted an adventure. He wanted to prove. There are so many some details like this, Sadish Prabhu. I mean, yeah, we could go for years discussing Ram Katha. The more
Yes,
and more we discuss, the more and more we understand the glories of these qualities. And then we start thinking as a devotee how we should be, as a
yeah.
servant how we should be. Mm.
Yeah. Prabhuji, my one line question was like, the composure of Lord Ram was because he was a Lord and he knew that, he knew destiny, he knew what will happen in the future, or is it because of these
No,
qualities? No, he didn't know.
no,
Okay.
because of the qualities.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Yes.
he himself is covered by his own yoga maya. So he is not aware, okay, there is this Ravan, you know what, on day number so and so, on that day, I'm going to kill him. No, he doesn't know.
Yes, Prabhuji, but
Actually,
Krishna says,
hmm,
sorry, Prabhuji, but Krishna says that, he, in Mahabharata, he says like he has already killed everybody. So
yeah,
that's why we say Krishna is superior to
yeah.
probably.
No,
Okay.
it's not like that. It's not just because that he knows. Even if you see a whole Krishna Leela in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, we see all naughty things that he does, right? If he knows that he is supreme, he knows that he should have a uh, character where uh, theft is not part of it, right? Hmm.
True, Prabhuji, very true. Yes.
So it's when we are talking about a Leela avatar is usually like there is special internal potency, Antaranga Shakti, through which he covers himself. This is called Yoga Maya. Yeah. So that's why I didn't get chance to share the feelings of Ram, what happened when Sita is abducted. There is a whole description that he, whenever he sees any deer, he's asking deer, "Have you seen my Sita?" When he sees the clouds, when everything is so silent, he even is ready to curse them. Hey, you are so silent, you're not responding me. Now, if a Lord is there, why will he do that?
Yes, Prabhuji, I think I've heard about this part, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was helpful, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, thank you. Any last question or point anyone want to add? No, then I wish you a very nice Saturday. Let's meet at the same time. I'm really sorry that I had to take an extra hour, but I thought, okay, let me also bring it to proper closure because the next events start from where we stopped today. Thank you very much for bearing with me. See you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
हरे
Krishna.